guys, welcome to another food video at our channel, Family Food and Fun. As some of you may not know, my dad is a South Indian, my mom is a North Indian, so I get to enjoy a variety of dishes, and I'm bringing all of them to you. Today, we're going to be making one of my favorite foods from the North Indian side of my family, butter chicken and naan. Here's my mom.
Hello everyone. Okay, so are you ready?
I'm ready. Okay, now we're going to start making the butter chicken. Our first step is to marinate. Our ingredients are 2.5 pounds of chicken.
Yep. And we are using with bone chicken here. It's a full chicken. If you guys want to use boneless, you can go ahead with the boneless chicken. The masalas, we are going to use 1 teaspoon of salt. A little bit more, you can put it according to your taste. 1 tablespoon of coriander powder, half a teaspoon of garam masala, and then 1 teaspoon of red chili powder. If you like it more spicy, go ahead and put more.
Half a teaspoon of rock salt, 2 teaspoons of
cumin powder,
2 teaspoons of
Kashmiri red chili,
the same one we used in our first video for the chicken tikka, 1 teaspoon of
mustard oil, 2 teaspoons of besan or gram flour or chickpeas flour, 2 teaspoons of ginger garlic paste, and then half a cup of curd.
Okay, now that we set our chicken for marinating, we're gonna start the curry.
For the curry, we're gonna use 1 cup, it's actually 1 big onion, roughly chopped, because anyways I'm gonna make everything into a puree. These are like 10 to 12 cashews, 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder, 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste, a lot of fresh coriander. I'm gonna use half in the gravy and then half for decoration, 4 green chilies, 4 tomatoes. I'm gonna use some butter and then some oil, some kasuri methi, malai or cream. If you don't have malai, you can use cream, and then masalas. Masalas, actually, because we have already marinated chicken with a lot of masalas in the gravy, I'm just gonna put red chili powder and salt. Okay, and then at the end, if we think that the gravy is little sour, then we will add a little bit of sugar or honey, but that's like we will check it, and then if it's only required, then we will put it. Okay, so let's begin. Before I forget, we will also be using the tej pata or the bay leaves and some small elaichi or cardamom for the gravy. Okay, so I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of oil, and this is a rich gravy, so please don't be shy of butter and oil. Okay folks, time to add some butter to it, and we will wait for butter to become hot and oil to become hot, and then we will put the rest of ingredients. I'm putting my bay leaves now and the cardamom. I will wait for it to turn a little bit of golden and brown before I put my onions in. So as you can see, I have already added my onions to oil and butter, and I am sauteing it a bit. For this gravy, for butter chicken, I'm not gonna wait for the onions to turn golden brown. I'll just saute it a little bit, let it turn a little bit pink, and then I will add my ginger garlic paste. I'll be adding my cashews in it now. Once my cashews and ginger garlic paste is cooked, I'm going to turn off the gas. I'm going to let it cool down, and then it will be time for take everything, add tomatoes and my green chilies and most of my coriander, and make a puree out of it. Okay, I'm going to use the same pan, and I'm going to put a little bit more oil in it. And I'm going to take the puree and I'm going to put it in it.
Here's a tip if you're in a hurry. Instead of using fresh tomatoes and pureeing them, you can just use store-bought tomato puree.
Thanks for the tip, Tejas. Now it's time for me to add the masalas. I'm gonna add the salt and the red chili powder and also the Kashmiri red chili powder. Okay, and I'm gonna mix them well. And remember, this gravy, it's not cooked yet. The tomatoes are not cooked yet because we took the fresh tomatoes and we pureed them. So you have to give it some time and love for the tomatoes to cook thoroughly and the oil to separate. I'm going to cover my gravy and let it cook for a while. I'm going to keep it on medium to low heat, and remember to keep on stirring it. You don't want it to get burned. In the meanwhile, let's start frying my chicken. It has been marinating for an hour. I've put 2 tablespoons of ghee in the pan. I'm going to wait it to become hot before I put my chicken. Don't overcrowd it. And remember, I'm only doing shallow frying. I'm not doing deep frying. So this much ghee is going to be enough. Time to check my gravy. See, the oil has started to separate. That means my gravy is near completion. I'm gonna let it cook for a little bit more and then my gravy will be ready. At this point, I'm gonna add some water and then cover it again and let it cook for a little bit more. See, my tomatoes are cooked, my gravy is cooked and it's very thick right now, so I'm gonna put some water in it. So now my chicken is done. Before I move the chicken into the gravy, I like to do one small step. And believe me, it makes a lot of difference. Okay, I take a little bit of gravy. And pour it over my chicken. Saute my chicken in the gravy. I have transferred all my chicken here and see, I have sauteed it in the little bit of gravy that I put here, and the gravy is, see, fully cooked. Now I'm going to transfer this into my gravy. The gravy needs little bit more love and patience. I'll tell you, it is almost done. We are near finishing. So I'm gonna let it simmer for a little bit, around 10 to 15 minutes. I'm gonna cover it. And see, after 10-15 minutes, wow, it looks so wonderful. The oil has separated and the flavors have got some time to settle in. So now I can give it some finishing touches. To give the finishing touches, I'm gonna add my cream or malai in it. I'm using malai, but you guys can use cream. If you don't want to use either of them, please go ahead and use some milk. I'm gonna mix it properly, and then I will be adding the kasuri methi to it. To add the kasuri methi, take it in your hands, crush it with your hands, and just put it in, right in. I'm gonna taste it now and see if I need to add a little bit of sugar to it. So I decided to put half a teaspoon of sugar to it to cut a little bit of sourness of tomatoes. And it's gonna be perfect.
Fun fact, did you know that the original butter chicken recipe came from a restaurant called Moti Mahal in North India? Hey guys, dinner is served. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you liked it. Show your support by, if you haven't already, subscribing and hitting the bell button. Please leave a like and try the recipe. Now, me and my brother are gonna enjoy. Okay, now that we're done with the butter chicken, we're gonna do that in part 2.